My sister is helping my husband cheat on me. We have been together since college, married for the last 8 years. We were perfect for each other. We had kids. First was 6 years ago. Second, surprise child. And last is now 3. Since having kids, it's been tough to get time together. Both of our parents live a few hours drive away, and there aren't many babysitters we found that can handle our rambunctious boys. My husband works a demanding, stressful job and has had to cancel vacation plans more than once over the last 6 years because of a terrible boss. We were seeing each other for what felt like minutes every day, and our children, while wonderful, demanded a lot of our time and energy. His boss changed about 6 months ago. Immediately, his hours became more reasonable, and his stress levels went down. Still long hours and travel some days, but better. We had evenings together again, but something was different. It felt like we were strangers, just roommates who had kids together. We were just so exhausted from the last few years that we must have spent a couple of months using any spare time we had once the kids were in bed, crashing, watching Netflix, etc. Just boring stuff. And all along, I felt very disconnected from the man who was supposed to be my partner. So we talked about it. I told him I missed him. We had a few conversations about feeling disconnected. We hired a sitter, went on some dates, and things started to feel better. He's been more loving and attentive. He bought me flowers again. I was feeling so hopeful, like I was getting my partner back. About a month ago, I noticed something I think I wasn't supposed to. He has been talking about this work trip coming up for a week in August. It's been a bit of a sore spot for me since, in my mind, summer is for family vacations, not work trips. But I've been understanding. However, when he was in the shower, his phone beeped, and I saw an email from someone named Allison, entitled Our Trip. I felt a little weird looking at it, but when I asked him about it, he checked his phone and told me it was a spam email. I didn't think of it after that, but since then, I haven't seen his phone left out again. I found something else about a week ago. It was a receipt for a jewelry store, and it was a sizable sum. Money has never really been terribly tight for us, but even I was surprised by how much it was for. I felt a sinking feeling in the pit of my stomach and, I admit, looked for his personal laptop to see if I could snoop through his emails. But he'd taken his personal laptop to work, something he'd never done. I was getting nervous, but somehow didn't want to bring it up with him. Maybe I was trying not to believe it, but this morning I found his credit card bill in his sock drawer. Why was he hiding it, you ask? Transactions were going back over the last month, all for stores that men typically don't shop at. I added them up, and he has spent a few $100s on what looks like women's clothing and lingerie. I haven't seen anything from these stores in our house, so who are they for? He is working better hours, but is still away some evenings. He could be spending at least an evening a week with someone else. I don't know what to think, but I fear the worst. What am I going to do? I don't want to raise my kids alone. I don't want to be alone. Update. I just had a very strange conversation with my sister. I told her everything. I was getting really worked up and emotional and crying again. She interrupted me and told me, "Sis, it's going to be fine. You need to calm down. Hang up the phone, take a bath or something, calm down and wait for husband to get home." Then she said she loved me, and she hung up. Update 2. I broke down. I didn't even know where I was, but when I heard the front door open, I realized I was on my knees in the kitchen, sobbing. My husband skidded around the corner, and when I saw him, I just started crying harder. He dropped to the ground in front of me and started apologizing, and I just lost it. I started shaking my head and saying, "No, no, no, no," over and over again. I couldn't even hear what he was saying. He tried to hug me, and I held my arms out all stiff, like a kid does when they don't want a hug, just holding him back. It took me a few minutes to register what he was saying, but he was repeating over and over, "I'm sorry for scaring you. Please listen to me. You need to hear what's going on. I'm not cheating. Please listen to me." Just over and over. I finally stopped and just said, "What?" I was just so drained and confused. It was good news. The story all came out. After our big talk about reconnecting, he called my sister for advice. My sister's idea was to have him spirit me away for a surprise weekend getaway while she and my BIL took the kids. She connected him to her friend, a travel agent. Remember Allison? To get the ball rolling. The plan evolved into my sister and parents trading off with the kids for the week. The jewelry receipt is for a necklace, for me, to wear out to dinner on our trip. The credit card charges are for some fancy clothes and lingerie he got me for the trip. This is embarrassing, but I sobbed so hard that I vomited a little. The rest he told me after I calmed down. We talked until late last night. He showed me all the emails, showed me our destination, and we got excited together.